much money would you need today in order to retire?
Okay, so that guy's answer was absolutely wild. He says that he thinks he needs about $50 million in order to be able to stop working. And using the 4% rule, that means he has an annual spend of $2 million a year. So my guess is going to be that he's actually just not really sure, but I don't fault him for that because we were not taught this stuff in school. And in my experience, what I see is that a lot of times people either greatly overestimate what they need, like in the case with this guy, or they greatly underestimate what they need. So they think, oh, okay, well, I don't really need to save or invest because I have Social Security or I have CPP or something like that. So I don't need to worry about retirement because retirement is an age. Once I turn 65, I'll be able to stop working. But here is the thing that nobody tells you, and that is retirement is not an age, it's a number in the bank. So if you hit that number when you were younger, you get to stop working. But if you never hit that number, it doesn't matter if you turn 65, if you do not have enough income coming in to cover your expenses, you cannot stop working. So how do you figure out what that number is? Essentially, what you are going to do is take your desired annual spend. So this is how much money you want to spend every year in retirement. As a baseline, a lot of experts will say you need 70 to 80% of your pre-retirement income to be able to retire. So if you made $100,000 a year, that means you'd need $70,000 to $80,000 to be able to stop working. However, I don't really like this guesstimate approach because I feel like when you lack specificity in your goals, that's when it becomes really difficult to hit them. So what you can do is think about what kind of lifestyle you actually want to live in retirement. Do you want to be traveling all the time? Are you going to downsize your home? And then how much that actually costs you. Once you figure out how much money you're going to be spending in retirement per year, then you can multiply that by 25. So let's say you needed $40,000 a year. That would mean that you would need $1 million invested. Now, don't let this number freak you out because you are going to be investing and growing your way there, not saving it. Saving it would take forever. Growing it can be done with like a couple $100s a month, depending on how early you start. Because I'm going to let you in on a little secret right now. Money you save and invest in your 20s is actually worth twice as much as your 30s due to compound interest. So if you want to reach financial freedom with less of your own money, you need to get started as soon as possible. I went from $40,000 in debt in my 20s to becoming a millionaire at 30, and now I have made it my mission to share with you guys all of the things you should have been taught in school but weren't.